Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with a quadratic pattern where they've applied it to the stock price over time, which is very interesting. And with that in mind, let's dive straight in. So they've said to us a share price of a certain company formed a quadratic pattern over a specific time interval. The share price at the end of each day for the first 5 days was, and then they give it to us. They first asked us to show that pattern, that this pattern in particular is a quadratic pattern. Now, we know that a quadratic pattern is going to have a common second difference. So we just need to show that, and we can conclude that it is a quadratic pattern. So what we'll do first is we're going to rewrite the pattern, and it's going to be, I'm actually going to rewrite the pattern up here just to give myself some space. So it's going to be 32, 699, then we've got 32, 896, then we've got 33091, and then we've got 33284, and that should be enough for us to continue. I'm not going to worry too much about the last one. All right, so let's find our first differences here. So those will be our first differences, okay? And if we take this term minus this term, that is going to give us 197. We do the same thing to the next two terms, going to give us 195. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the next two terms, and that's going to give me 193. I'm already liking what I'm seeing because I can see there's some sort of trend that's developing there. So let's find our second difference, and that is going to be minus 2 and minus 2. Fantastic. So it's exactly what we expected to happen, was to find that second common difference, or that second difference that is common. So we can conclude, therefore, that the pattern is quadratic because we've got a common second difference. And you would just need to write that down just to finish off that answer for the first question. Right, then for the second question, let's go into that. We always expect to get one of these. So really understand this process, and you guaranteed some marks in your next test. So essentially, we need to find Tn in the form of an squared plus bn plus c. So we've got some nifty formula that we can use in order to get to this answer. The first one we've got is a plus b plus c is equal to the first term. Okay, so that is equal to 32,699. So that's really nice and nifty and useful. Then we know that 3a plus b is equal to the first term of our first difference. So that's going to be 197. And then we know that our last, or the first term, or our common difference in this case, is going to equal 2a, which equals minus 2. Now, we are going to first start off here by solving for a, then we're going to plug in a there to get b, then we're going to plug in a and b to get c. All right, so let's divide both sides there by 2, which is going to give us minus 1 for a, which is quite useful. Now let's put that minus 1 into the point here. So it's minus 1 plus b equals 197, right? And when we solve that by taking the minus 3 across, which adds, that's going to give us 200 for b. Okay, I'm just going to underline these. And then the last one is going to be minus 1 plus 200. And then we can solve for c. All right, so we've got the 32,699 on the right-hand side there. And when we eventually take that across, the equal sign, c is going to equal 32,500. So these are all really nice round numbers. Really, really nice numbers. Okay, so let's finish off by giving our general term. So the general term in this case is going to be Tn is equal to, so a here is minus 1, so it's minus n squared. The b is 200, so it's plus 200n. And then our c is plus 32,500. And that will give us the full marks for that particular question, which is really, really useful. Right, in order to solve the third question, I'm going to just make some space for myself above. Feel free to fast forward through this. I will try and get the erasing done fairly quickly. All right, there we go. Right, so now we're going to do question number 3. And they've said to us, at the end of which day will the share price be at its maximum? Now, we know that this is the share price value, and this is the number of days that the share price is at that value. So now we need to find out when the share price is going to be at its maximum based on the historic values. All right, so let's see what we can do. All right, so when we get a maximum and minimum question, I would always default to using our derivative. Okay, then we let that derivative equal 0, and then we solve for n. Okay, so what do I mean? So I'm going to say the derivative, so the derivative of Tn with respect to n, we're going to use our exponent laws here. So it's going to be 2 times minus 1, which will give us minus 2. And then we subtract the 1 from the 2, which will give us n. So we subtract the 1 from the exponent. Plus 200n, because we don't have an exponent over here. Oh, well, we don't have an exponent more than 1 over there. We just drop the 1. So that's going to give us plus 200. And remember, we're going to equal that to 0 because we're at maximum. Okay, so we're at the maximum value. I want you to almost imagine that this, remember, this is a parabola. And we've got a parabola that looks something like this. Okay, so it's going to be a sad-faced parabola. And we're looking for this point over here because this is the point. This is the number of days. And this is the point where the share price is going to be at its highest value. Okay, and we know that the gradient at that point is equal to 0. Hence, we found the derivative and equated it to 0. So that's just the understanding behind it. I always find understanding makes it a bit easier to remember. So we've got 2n is equal to minus 200. Once we divide both sides by minus 2, we're going to get n is equal to, and that is going to give us 100. And that means on the 100th day, okay, on the 100th day, that is when the share price will be at its maximum. So it's very interesting. We hope it works out so that people that invest or sell on the 100th day make their returns, but it's always tricky to predict how the stock market will react. Better men than me have tried, I promise. And they've succeeded, but I haven't, so yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Very special thank you to our sponsor for making this video possible. Be sure to read all about them in the description below. Also, head over to our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, then send us the question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.